What's up, guys? It's Trevor with Embers Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Today we are comparing the AOG, or the American Outdoor Grill, versus the Fire Magic series. You can see these are two very different grills, even though they're made by the same company. And I have videos up on both of these, but I realize it's been a really long time since I've reviewed these, so there's some new stuff we want to talk about. And also, we've never done them side by side. And like I said, when you get them side by side, you can tell a difference. Lot to get into here. Let's go. All right, so this is the AOG, or the American Outdoor Grill. Now, you guys have always asked me if they're the same company, why do they make two lines? And I've said this in my other videos. All the high-end luxury American-made brands, they all make like an entry-level grill. And the reason is you have so little market share in the $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $8,000, $9,000 market range. Price range, I should say, for a gas grill. And so in order to capture more market share, they usually make a side brand or an off brand that can capture more of the market share. We see it with Lynx, with the Professional Series, and Viking Professional Series with the Sedona grill. We see it with Alfresco and Artisan. You'll see it with Twin Eagles and Alfresco or Del Sol or whatever it is. You see that across the board with all the American-made brands. Fire Magic, or RH Peterson, which is the parent company, is no different. So let's start with the entry-level AOG grill. So this is the upgraded model. You can basically buy it two ways. You can buy it stripped down, where it doesn't have any lighting in it, no rotisserie kit, and just like an igniter, piezo spark igniter ignition system. Or you can get the upgraded model, which gives you lighting, and then you have the option for rotisserie. This particular one doesn't. This is the 30-inch grill. Also comes in a 36-inch if you wanted something bigger. You can order built-in or carts. Again, this is their more affordable price point model, but essentially we have our igniters here. So you turn your burner on. So they do require power to them. Of course, for the lighting you do too. Pretty boilerplate, all 304 stainless steel, nice warming rack. Really good cooking grids. These are really nice. They changed several years ago to like a flat cooking grid. That's supposed to have even heat retention and just be better for hot spots and cover more surface area on your food. And it works, it does a great job. And then American Outdoor Grill, they don't use the ever so popular ceramic briquettes, which you guys know I have a love-hate relationship with. They use these sear diverters or flame tamers, or all the brands call them different names. Anyways, this is what they are. They work really well, and they use this instead of ceramic briquettes, which is nice. And then here's our burners. Let me take the burner out for you. Let's get a close-up here. So we have a U-shaped burner, high BTU, double side here, and then single side U-shape all the way around. And then we have our stainless steel firebox, which is going to go into a drip pan, which pulls out here. So, pretty short and sweet with this. You know, with these price point American-made brands, I review so many grills on the price point models. They definitely start to blend together, like the Artisan, the Lynx Sedona series, the AOG grill. I can't think of a reason to buy one over the other, because they're very, 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 very similar. But they're all super, super rock solid, good warranty, well-made grill, perform really well, clean, nothing to be overly excited about. But if you just want an American-made, rock solid machine that is gonna perform well and price well, definitely take a look at AOG. But I'd put it right up there with the Sedona and the Artisan series, no question. So that's my little rant on the price point models. Again, like I said, I review so many, my head starts to spin. They're so similar. But anyways, that's the big difference from its competitors, I would say, is that they use these flame tamers instead of the ceramic briquettes. So that's the AOG rock solid grill. Now let's get over to the Fire Magic. Now this is a 36-inch. What do you notice right away that's different, Elijah? Taller. You're onto something. I think you're pretty smart, aren't you? Yeah, that's what I thought. So this is a 30-inch. This is a 36-inch. Obviously, there's a ton of things different besides just the width of the grill. Clearly, we have a whole different engineered product. So I thought it was important to be side by side because so many customers are like, oh, it's 40% more, 30% more cost. Like, why would you ever pay that much for a grill? We're gonna tell you why. But also think about it from a manufacturing standpoint. You literally have 30 to 40% more material. We have 40% more raw goods. So that's obviously costing the manufacturer about 40% more, 30% more, just in raw materials alone. So it's important to see when they're side by side, okay, I'm getting what I'm paying for because I have so much more in raw materials. But not just that, we're gonna see performance differences here as well. Besides the fact that it looks pretty, our hood's taller, and you can see our control panel's different. So the way this control panel is gonna work is we have on off on the side here. So when we turn these on, it lights up our control panel. Now we can order this with an electronic control panel or manual, and you'd have a manual analog thermometer here. And then what we can do is we can go over here and turn our lights on. So that when you do that, that turns on your interior lighting and your exterior lighting. And then what's really cool is let's talk about the ignition system while we're right here on our knobs. So they don't use a spark igniter. They're gonna use a hot surface igniter. So I'm holding this in, get a close up. What do you see going on there? Is the camera picking that up? Mm-hmm. So it's like a cigarette lighter type style. It's a hot surface ignition. This accomplishes two things. One, I just think they're more durable long term. And then two, you're not gonna get a huge gas buildup and then like a chance of a huge explosion, like poof, poof. Does that sound like gas exploding? Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't be gross, all right? Okay. So yeah, that's the ignition system. So you get the upgraded ignition system. And then as far as our control panel, we can set timers here to alarm us. It does come with this here. So we have our meat probe. That's gonna go in right here. And again, we can set our meat probe temperatures, and we can also set a timer to go off to beep when our meat probe hits temp. And we can also control temperature by zone for alarms. Now you control your heat still with your knobs, high, low, medium, variable speed knobs. But we can set alarm zones here, and that's where it's gonna read it. And then, yeah, that's basically the control panel. And then also, fun little thing, when your igniter's on, your little flame's gonna turn bright red. That's pretty awesome, huh? You impressed? Yep. I'm impressed. That's pretty sweet. Cooking grates. Let's show you a difference in cooking grates. So same design, just much more heavy duty, right? Much more heavy duty. So let me show you side by side. So just a thicker diameter. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it does make a difference when you're cooking. Don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah, because you're cooking all the time here. Yeah. Also, while we have the cooking grates out, where's my tape measure? Our firebox is only 18 inches deep on our AOG. On the Echelon series, 22. So you gain 4 extra inches on your depth. I forgot to mention, the Fire Magic does make the Aurora, which is somewhat more affordable. I'd say it's like in between an AOG and this guy. Just get the Echelon Diamond series. I mean, if you're gonna spring for top of the line, get top of the line. If not, just get the AOG. It's easier. Warming rack, rotisserie burner here. Of course, rotisserie standards. Speaking of rotisserie, look at this motor. I mean, that's ridiculous. What are you ever gonna need a motor like that for? On top of that, what were you gonna say?
The thing's massive.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let's go look, take a peek back here. Here's our spit rod, and there's little holders back here. Again, I was talking to them, they're like, yeah, it's not unbendable. I believe you, no crap. I can't. You wanna try? Maybe over the neck, like a, no. Not that anyone's ever doing that with these, but nice little handy spot for it too, so it keeps it out of the way, which is nice. On the hood itself, we got, you can't see them, maybe you can. Oh yeah, you can right there a little bit. See this here? That's like a coiled spring coil system, so this lid is spring assisted. And what's nice about that compact spring system is it doesn't really warp or anything with heat in here. So that's super nice. Then again, we have our sear diverters, flavorizer bars, whatever you want to call them. Blah, blah, blah. They're here. And then, oh, we forgot to talk about this. So this is a drop match system. So let's say you lose power. What's cool about this little thing is you just drop a lit match down here and it goes right to your burners, which is super cool. Look at this. Look at this bad dog. Fire magic. Who the heck is gonna see that down there? Ever. Why are you branding it down there? No one's looking at that, I promise. Look at that. So we have a nice little hood to protect our burners. These standoffs, we'll get to these in a minute. This burner goes without saying. H-style burner, very heavy duty, very heavy, cast stainless steel. Lifetime warranty, of course. Wouldn't expect anything less. So notice how deep this firebox is. So from the bottom of our grease trap to our cooking grates, 10.5 inches, almost a foot. Are you kidding me? Let's measure this one. Making a mess. It's just over 7. So 3.5, almost 4 inches more. So this rest here, you have your burner sitting way down there, and then on top of that, on top of this, now we've created another, what is it, 2 3/4 inches to the cooking grate. So we have our burners, gap, sear plates, gap, cooking grates. That extra space is really, really important because it promotes even heat distribution. So this grill is gonna do a lot better without hot spots. Think about it. If you have a gas flame this close to burners, it's obviously gonna be way hotter above the burners. If that's sitting down low, it can evenly heat up the firebox and promote even heat across the board. It's science. I'm not a scientist, but that's fact. I will tell you, I own this grill. This grill, not this grill, but I had this grill on my patio for 5 years. I never ever had problems with flare-ups. It was like bulletproof with flare-ups. It did awesome. So again, it's not just bigger for the sake of being bigger, because that would be annoying. You're gonna charge me extra and just throw in more raw materials. That doesn't help me. We have more raw materials, a much bigger firebox, deeper firebox, and it improves performance. If it improves the way your food is gonna taste, sign me up. I wanna be part of that. But if not, I don't care. Who cares? Oh, another cool little thing. See this middle one here? There used to be heat deflectors, I guess you call them, for your zones, and they would sit separate, and they're super annoying because they just foil all around. They integrated this into these. So now on both sides of this, we have this sort of 90-degree piece of sheet metal or stainless steel, and that's gonna help keeping each zone at a different temperature. And then we also need to talk about That hurt. Pinch my finger. You can order this. You can order this one way or the other. This is the sear station. I only recommend it on this size grill or wider because you're giving up some cooking space for a sear station. So you can order that either way. You can just do straight burners or have a sear station. If you're doing the 1060, which is the huge guy, definitely do that. 790, you could go either way. Oh, one thing we forgot to talk about too, there's so many features I keep forgetting to talk about them. This can be ordered with a clear window. I had the clear window at my house. It just got dirty, and to be honest, I'm not looking through the window a lot to see if my food's done. I think this actually looks a little sharper, but you can order it either way. That's just cosmetically what you prefer. What do you think? You like it plain, or you think a window would be cool?
I live by the philosophy, if you're looking, you ain't cooking.
You live by that philosophy? Because I told you that philosophy, which I learned from Aaron Franklin.
Yep.
So you'd want a window. So that way you're not lifting it up.
I don't want a window.
Oh, you don't want a window.
So I'm not looking.
Oh, so you're not looking. Well, the idea of looking is opening this up and peeking in. Do you get it?
Oh.
So a window eliminates that.
So I want a window.
So you're changing your mind?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm 50-50. We're 50-50 on a window. I wouldn't be mad if you ordered one with a window, but if you want it without a window, good choice too. Can't complain either way. What else am I missing? Oh, they put these cool little hookies, I guess you call them, little hooks. And so what's cool is you can store this up out of the way when you're not using it. That way you don't actually have to remove it out of the grill. That is definitely a nice feature because when you take this out of the grill, one, there's nowhere to ever put it. And it's just nice to have it handy for when you actually want it. Most of the time, if you're like me, you're not using it. But it's nice to have it up out of the way. Also, this is standard now as well. This, I think, is gonna sit over your burner like this. So I think this is how this goes. But this is a charcoal tray that you get. We can fill this up with charcoal, and then you can cook with charcoal, but your gas burner is gonna ignite it. So super cool little fun feature. I think I touched on everything. So you see what I mean though? If you go back and watch my my Lynx, I'll just leave that. If you go back and watch my Lynx professional series review, they have unique things to them, and that's the all Trident burner. Alfresco has some very unique things. They have the concealed rotisserie motor, integrated smoker tray. I'm not gonna get too detailed because I'm actually gonna compare all the luxury models side by side, which you'll find in a different video. The point is the luxury model, they all have their niche things that make them stand out from their competitors and a reason why to buy their grills over other brands. On the base grade models, not so much. Again, nothing wrong with it, but you're really splitting hairs when you're comparing it to other brands. Whereas the Fire Magic, the Echelon, really stands out. That deep firebox is really unique, and it's awesome, and it works because I've cooked on it. So that's the AOG, the Fire Magic. If you're looking for some rock solid American-made grills, these would be two I would highly suggest looking at. If you're on a budget, take a look at the AOG. If you are not on a budget, take a look at the Fire Magic. Can't complain either way. If you're interested in these grills, check out I'll put a link below for our website if you want to browse for these. If you're in the Denver, Colorado area, come to our showroom and you can just see them for yourself and then buy one here at the store. Or not, you can just shop if you want, it's up to you. Call or text our staff if you have any questions. You guys gotta subscribe, helps out our channel when you guys do that. Make sure you do so we can keep making videos. Stay tuned for more.